The Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture present Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson. Also presented by Adena Springs South, Daily Racing Form, Double Diamond Farm, Jerry Parks Insurance Group, Ocala Breeders Sales Company, Valerie Daly of Showcase Properties, and Woodford Thoroughbreds.
Hi everyone, I'm Kate and Bradar, filling in for John Henderson on this edition of Thoroughbred Week, featuring graded turf action from Woodbine, including a European import in the Grade 1 Woodbine Mile. We begin with 2-year-old fillies at Churchill Downs in the Grade 2 Pocahontas Stakes. Saratoga Stakes winner Just Wicked, the 1-2 favorite. Travis Stone picks up the call.
Decked out, showing the way, Princess Kennedy second. Here's Put the Blame on Me, and 4 wide, Just Wicked is looming in contention, but they are stacked across the track. Meanwhile, Bold Quality is stopped in behind horses, so too Dothraki Queen. Meanwhile, Bold Quality went way to the outside, and Dream Dance bumped with her. Nonetheless, it is wide open. 7 can win it, furlong to go, and here's Dothraki Queen. Dothraki Queen snuck through toward the rail. Bold Quality's running after her, though. Here comes Bold Quality, running after Dothraki Queen. Dothraki Queen, Bold Quality, Dothraki Queen, up the inside to victory.
7-1 Dothraki Queen rallies to take it by half a length over Bold Quality, who was demoted to third for bumping Dream Dance during the stretch run. Corey Lannery aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 1:45 and 4. The Kenny McPeak trainee stepping up to Graded Stakes Company after breaking her maiden by 7 lengths on debut at Ellis Park. The filly by Pure Prize was bred in Kentucky by Liberty Road Stables and was a $35,000 Keeneland September yearling. Dothraki Queen has earned $137,000 for Magdalena Racing. For all your insurance needs, a specialist at Jerry Parks Insurance Group is there to assist you with 40 years of exceptional coverage. Look for Jerry Parks, John Cassie, or Kelly Weeks at the Yearling sales. 2-year-old colts and geldings now at Churchill Downs in the Grade 3 Iroquois Stakes. Conquest Windy City, the 2-1 favorite. Once again, here's Travis Stone.
Here's Cocked and Loaded up for the lead now. Cocked and Loaded takes over. Rated R Superstar moves into second, and Conquest Windy City with a big move on the far turn is up into third on the outside. Condominium is back racing in fourth as they come off the turn and into the stretch, and it's Cocked and Loaded with a 4-length lead heading for that final furlong. Rated R Superstar fully extended. Conquest Windy City plugging away on the outside. Unbridled Outlaw back on track fourth toward the rail with Bayshimo, but they're inside the final 16th. Cocked and Loaded on a 2-length lead. Rated R Superstar continues to grind away, is running out of time. Cocked and Loaded by 2 in the end over Rated R Superstar.
9-1 Cocked and Loaded by Windstar Farm stallion Colonel John defeats 11-1 Rated R Superstar by 2 lengths. Emmanuel Esquivel aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 1:44 and 4. After breaking his maiden on debut at Keeneland, Cocked and Loaded was purchased privately by his current connections and transferred to trainer Larry Ravelli. Winner of the Tremont Stakes in his first start for Richard Raven and Patricia's Hope LLC, the colt was off the board in his last 2 starts in Graded Stakes Company. The winner was bred in Kentucky by Bob Austin and John Whitty and was a $16,000 Keeneland September yearling. Cocked and Loaded has earned $250,000. DRF Breeding, home of the new Sire-powered results tool. Access race results from North America. Visit drf.com/breeding for additional information. To Woodbine for 2-year-old turf fillies in the Grade 2 NATALMA Stakes. Gamble's Ghost, the 3-2 favorite. Robert Geller has the call.
They go through the half in 48 and 1, and chasing Catch a Glimpse on the inside. Going up is Silky Girl, Pull the Goalie. 4 wide, she'll do it. Karen on the rails, they're most inspiring. Gamble's Go, she's in the clear, coming to the outside. Catch a Glimpse down the lane by a length in the, now 2.5 lengths in the Natalma. Karen in second, right down the center of the track. Coming on is Gamble's Ghost, but are they going to get Catch a Glimpse? They go to the final furlong, and she's just rolling and rolling with enormous strides. Oh, she's long gone, and Catch a Glimpse is going to absolutely demolish them, and Catch a Glimpse wins the Natalma hands down by 5 lengths.
8-1 Catch a Glimpse, the front-running winner by 5 lengths over favored Gamble's Ghost. Florent Giroux aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 1:35 and 4. A distant 5th on debut over a sloppy track at Saratoga, Catch a Glimpse took to the Woodbine turf to break her maiden in her second start. The filly by City Zip was bred in Kentucky by Branch Equine. Catch a Glimpse has earned $127,000 for Gary Barber, Michael James Ambler, and Windways Farm. Mark Cassie trains the winner. The filly was consigned by Warrendale Sales to the 2014 Keeneland September Yearling sale, where she was purchased by Windways Farm for $75,000. Grade 2 NATALMA Stakes winner Catch a Glimpse, the Keeneland Sales Graduate of the Week. 2-year-old males over the Woodbine Turf now in the Grade 2 Summer Stakes, the Zip Zip Man, the 3-2 favorite. Once again, here's Robert Geller.
Manhattan Dan trying to slip the field in the Summer Stakes, and Manhattan Dan as they head inside the final quarter here as they turn is 3 in front. The Zip Zip Man in second. Bear's Way is next from Conquest Enforcer, and right down the outside Conquest Daddy-O. Hammer's Vision trying to get a run. They're chasing Manhattan Dan and Conquest Daddy-O and Conquest Enforcer, but it's Conquest Daddy-O the one. And right down the outside, Sky Marshal, there's a real chance. Conquest Daddy-O's gone to the front. Sky Marshal right down the outside, but it's Joe Bravo in front. Conquest Daddy-O chased by Sky Marshal, and Conquest Daddy-O pulls the big upset. Conquest Daddy-O by 2 lengths.
15-1 Conquest Daddy-O, the winner officially by a length and 3/4 over 9-1 Sky Marshal. A 1-2 finish by Keeneland Sales graduates. Joe Bravo up in 136-3. A first out maiden winner over the Woodbine Polytrack, Conquest Daddy-O moves to the turf after finishing second in the Vandal Stakes. The Ontario-bred colt by Scat Daddy was a $150,000 Keeneland January yearling and a $350,000 Saratoga yearling. Conquest Daddy-O has earned $162,000 for Conquest Stables. Not only a graded stakes double for Mark Cassie, but also one of 4 winners on the card for the Sovereign Award-winning trainer. Mike Smith with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Vans, the safest way to the winner's circle. There's more racing coming up, but first here's the upcoming schedule in the Breeders' Cup Win and You're In Challenge Series.
The advantages of nominating and winning a Breeders' Cup Challenge Series race are clear. For more information about the Breeders' Cup Challenge Series and nominations, go to members.breederscup.com, because the best is yet to come.
Since the beginning, the stallions at Claiborne Farm have made an unprecedented impact on the Breeders' Cup. These stallions have sired more winners of more Breeders' Cup races than any other stud farm in the world.
Once again, the line out circle has done it!
When the best horses from across the globe compete in the Breeders' Cup, you can bet the Claiborne stallions will make their mark. Claiborne Farm, firmly at the heart of the Breeders' Cup.
A Florida bred. He is not just a racehorse. He is our heart. He is our toil and sweat. He soaks up the bright sunshine, becoming mighty and strong. He feasts on our abundant grass and drinks our mineral-rich water. He is a way of life, our champion. His excellence brings us chills as he competes, inspiring us to greatness. He is our purpose, our soul. He is a Florida bred.
Combining the legacy of Kentucky with the fertile breeding ground of Florida, Woodford Thoroughbreds proudly introduces in 2014 Warfront's best son to standard stud, multiple graded stakes winner, Sold Out, and juvenile Grade 1 winner of the Hopeful Stakes, Currency Swap. Woodford Thoroughbreds, where a new generation of horse racing excellence has begun.
Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish. Florida produced Breeders' Cup Classic winner Mucho Macho Man. Florida is one of the premier breeding regions and training centers in the world. We are a leading prep center for Derby winners and contenders. We boast of premier veterinary research centers and 3 major racetracks. Florida has the largest 2-year-old in training sale in the world, selling horses 6 times annually. Florida is proudly represented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association. Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 2 Super Derby coming up in this segment. Three-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. Three-year-old turf fillies at Belmont Park in the Grade 2 Sands Point Stakes. Sentiero Italia, the 8-5 favorite. Larry Colmus has the call.
So they continue their run up the backstretch, and Cara Marie continues to lead the way. Went 49 flat for a half mile. And it is Sentiero Italia who's 2.5 lengths behind, running in second. Miss Temple City is third. Tapestry is fourth, 4 lengths off the lead as they race for the turn. And Mrs. McDougall to the outside of Osela. Malabar is next. Blonde Mead to the outside. Marabea and Iromea. Around the far turn, it is still Cara Marie. But Sentiero Italia is turning up the heat now, and she's a half length behind, and now she's edging up right alongside as they come toward the top of the stretch. Miss Temple City is there, and Tapestry on the outside, and they're into the stretch, and it's Sentiero Italia who's the one to catch. Miss Temple City closing in. Tapestry to the outside. Osela, Blonde Me late on the scene and charging into the final furlong. Sentiero Italia has opened up to lead by 3 as Blonde Me moves up on the inside of Miss Temple City and Tapestry. It is Sentiero Italia, a 5-win day for Joel Rosario.
The favorite, Sentiero Italia, draws off to defeat 16-1 Blonde Me by 3 3/4 lengths, the 5th winner on the card for Joel Rosario. Time of the race, 1:48.4. Back-to-back graded stakes victories for Sentiero Italia, who was last seen taking the Grade 2 Lake Placid Stakes. The filly by Medaglia d'Oro was bred in Kentucky by Darley. Sentiero Italia has earned $621,000 for Godolphin Racing. Kieran McLaughlin trains the winner. Sentiero Italia paid $5.40 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. To Louisiana Downs for the Grade 2 Super Derby, Allied Air Raid, the 9-5 favorite. John McGarry has the call.
Prime Engine dictating his own pace. He's on top by 2 lengths as they bank into the far turn. The Picket Factor now making his move, as is Allied Air Raid and Chocopologie. Then it is Mobile Bay, far back to Fusaichi Flame and 4-Leaf Chief. And it is now Allied Air Raid and the Picket Factor stride for stride. Chocopologie right there outside of that pair in third. Mobile Bay fourth. Prime Engine has come up empty. He's dropped out of it. 6 furlongs, 1:13.48 into the stretch of the Super Derby. Inside, the Picket Factor digs in. Center of the track, Mobile Bay is coming on resolutely. Mobile Bay taking command. The Picket Factor, Chocopologie, Allied Air Raid. It's Mobile Bay, the Super Derby winner.
Mobile Bay powers his way to a 2 1/4 length victory over Chocopologie. Edgar Prado up in 1:50.4. A 2-time stakes winner against Statebreds at Evangeline Downs this year, Mobile Bay finished 3rd in the Super Derby Prelude. The colt by Lone Star Special was bred in Louisiana by his owner, Tiger Tail Ranch. Trained by Victor Arsenault, Mobile Bay has earned $414,000. Spendthrift Farm leading sire Into Mischief, a Grade 1 winning son of Harlan's Holiday, has emerged as one of North America's top young sires. His biggest and best crop of yearlings to date include a $320,000 filly on day 1 of the Keeneland September sale. Look for more yearlings by Into Mischief selling this week at Keeneland.
Jimmy Creed, distorted humor's most brilliant son at stud. Faster than distorted humor's Keeneland Stakes record. Out of Grade 1 winner and multiple Grade 1 producer, hooked on the feeling.
And Jimmy Creed in a scintillating performance tonight.
Booked full in 2014, breed secure in 2015. Spendthrift, the Breeders' Farm.
Make plans now to attend the National Thoroughbred Owner Conference taking place at beautiful Gulfstream Park in South Florida, January 11th through 14th, the same week of the 2015 Eclipse Awards. Enjoy a great lineup of speakers and panelists, fabulous social events, and live racing at Gulfstream. Plus, you'll meet celebrity owners and successful thoroughbred owners from around the country. If you missed the inaugural Owner Conference at Keeneland, you won't want to miss this one. Visit ownerview.com to register today. That's ownerview.com.
Hunter's Bay and Emma Jane Wilson storming clear now, and it's Hunter's Bay, a pulling away winner of the Eclipse. Hunters Bay on the outside. On the inside, Pender Harbor. Hunters Bay and Emma Jane Wilson who win the Dominion Day.
Champion Hunters Bay, a multiple graded stakes winner of over $600,000 with triple-digit buyers on all surfaces, standing at Adena Springs South.
Since Florida's first Kentucky Derby winner, Needles, in 1956, Florida has produced 50 national champions, the 11th Triple Crown winner, 13 Classic winners, 155 millionaires, memorable performances, and 26 Breeders' Cup winners. Produce your next champion in Florida.
I've got a to-do list and 5 acres of fresh air.
Top 3 tools: hammer, screwdriver, front loader.
Happiness is a drive-over mower deck.
A John Deere dealer can teach tractors to anybody.
In the right hands, an iMatch Quick Hitch could probably cure most of the world's problems.
That's how we run, and nothing runs like a Deere. John Deere is a proud sponsor of the Breeders' Cup.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 1 Northern Dancer Turf Stakes coming up in this segment. Turf fillies and mares at Woodbine. In the Grade 2 Canadian Stakes, Hoop of Color, the 5-2 favorite. Robert Geller has the call.
49-1 is the time of the half mile as they race inside the half mile. And the leader Bears Pride, taken on in earnest by Ticking Katie. Racing 3 wide, Copper Kitten. 1.5 lengths away is Button Down, still over on the inside. Racing handy is Hoop of Colour, the centre. On their outside, Uchenna, 1.5 lengths away. Strut the Course, Overheard, Personal Diary. And Charnarman is last. They swing for the lane in the Canadian Stakes. And going up on the outside, Copper Kitten to join Ticking Katie. They went to the front. Right down the centre, Hoop of Colour. On the extreme outside is Uchenna. Overheard is coming to make a line of 6, and up the inside, Button Down, and right down the outside it's Hoop of Colour, taken on by Overheard, and in the center Uchenna, and driving between them, here comes Strut the Course, and Strut the Course ranges up with Button Down, and on the outside Hoop of Colour, and Strut the Course has won the Canadian Stakes by 3/4 to Button Down.
Strut the Course holds off the late charge of Button Down by 1/2 length. Luis Contreras, the winning jockey, in 149-2. Winner of the Dance Smartly Stakes over the course 2 starts back, the Canadian champion was coming off a runner-up finish in the Grade 3 Ontario Matron Stakes. The 5-year-old mare by Strut the Stage was bred in Ontario by her owner, John Unger. The second of 2 graded stakes winners on the card for trainer Barbara Minchell, Strut the Course has earned $891,000. Derby Dan Stallion Jerseytown, leading sire Speightstown's best Grade 1 son at stud, is off to a fast start with his first crop of yearlings, with a $500,000 filly at Saratoga and a $250,000 colt on day 1 at Keeneland. Look for more first yearlings by Jerseytown, selling this week at Keeneland. To Kentucky Downs now for the Grade 3 Kentucky Turf Cup. Hyper, the 3-1 favorite. John Lees picks up the call.
About half the journey covered now as they head down towards the 5/8 pole. Roman Approval still leads to AZ Ridge. Their 1-2, Power Pet is there, and Dramedy makes a bid. Dramedy is up to be a closer third now to their outside, right there in third. Then it's back to Tobias 5th. On the inside, to Big Hoss is a ground-saving 6th. It's further back then to Hyper. Hyper is down inside there, racing about 7 lengths off the lead. Between horses comes Prado Olay. On their outside, too, still back there in mid-pack is St. Albans Boy. And then it's Captain Dixie, Bailout Bobby, and Mike Alsal improving from last, but still has about 9 lengths to make up. They're facing the final 3 furlongs. It is still Roman Approval on top, AZ Ridge in second. These 2 lead the way, Dromeda's in third. Power Pet is poised just behind. Tobias, the Big Hoss. On the far outside, St. Albans Boy. They straighten away now for the final quarter. And laid down is Roman Approval. AZ Ridge ran a big one. Power Pet makes his bid. Power Pet also coming on is the Big Hoss. And the Big Hoss has a big kick and is coming to take on Power Pet. These 2 now come clear from Roman Approval. They're in deep stretch. The Big Hoss has a short lead. Power Pet is super game. It's the Big Hoss, Power Pet, and Roman Approval. The Big Hoss and Joe Rocco. The Big Hoss to do it for Mike Maker. The Big Hoss takes the Kentucky Turf Cup by 2 convincing lengths.
4-1 second choice, the Big Hoss rallies from the back of the field to defeat Power Pet by 2 lengths. Joe Rocco Jr. up in 2:33-2. De Big Hoss is undefeated in 3 starts for Sky High Racing and trainer Mike Maker since he was claimed for $50,000 out of a winning race at Churchill Downs in June. His most recent start was a victory in the John's Call Stakes at Saratoga. The 4-year-old colt by Lemon Drop Kid was bred in Kentucky by Gary and Mary West. De Big Hoss has a bankroll of $573,000. To Woodbine for the Grade 1 Northern Dancer Turf Stakes. Lucky Speed, the 8-5 favorite. Robert Geller has the call.
Danish Dynaformer leads the way by a half a length to Interpol. Alder Snow on the outside. Racing in fourth is Triple Threat, followed by Oil Strike the centre. On the outside of Mies Holiday, Lucky Speed scrubs the hedge on the rail. 3 lengths away is Habibi second last. And Glenard is at the back of Affairs. Racing out in front, it's Danish Dynaformer. Trying to take them gate to wire here in the Northern Dancer. And Danish Dynaformer leads by a half a length to Interpol in second. 1 to Alder Snow, pushed along a little bit in third. On the inside, Triple Threat from Oil Strike. On the outside, going up is Mies Holiday. Lucky Speed has saved every inch of ground on the rail. 2 lengths away, Glenard is second last. And last of all is Habibi. Racing along towards the 5/8 and they're chasing Danish Dynaformer. And the 3-year-old by a length to Interpol. A length again, Elder Snow in third. On the inside, Triple Threat from Oil Strike. Lucky Speed looking for racing room. On the outside of them is Mies Holiday. 2 lengths away, Glenard. No moves yet. And Habibi is still last. Danish Dynaformer in front, joined by Interpol on the outside. They start the run towards the 3/8, a length and a half. Alder Snow on the outside of Mies Holiday. The rails Triple Threat. Lucky Speed is back on the inside of Oil Strike. Then Glenard and Habibi is last. Danish Dynaformer tested here. Interpol on the outside's going pretty well. They turn together. Danish Dynaformer, Interpol, and Mies Holiday down the outside. Alder Snow in the centre. Lucky Speed the rail. Interpol's just in front of Danish Dynaformer. Up the inside, Lucky Speed, Mies Holiday and Oil Strike. Habibi is late, but Interpol's in front. Interpol in the lead. Habibi the mare up the inside. Interpol in front of Habibi. Interpol trying to stave off a gallant Habibi on the inside. Interpol holding out and wins the Northern Dancer a half a length to Habibi.
Interpol holds off the mare Habibi by half a length, giving Emma Jane Wilson her first Grade 1 Stakes victory. Time over the yielding turf, 2:33.2. Interpol was last seen taking the Grade 2 Sky Classic Stakes over the Woodbine turf. The 4-year-old colt by English Channel was bred in Ontario by Richard Lister and was a $90,000 yearling. Interpol has earned $493,000 for JMJ Racing. Sid Attard trains the winner. Coming up, a European import in the Woodbine Mile.
Squall has won the Sunshine State.
Bahamian Squall in front from Trinity-Burg. Jackson Bend far outside. It's Bahamian Squall to win the Smile.
People want to know what's so special about Ocala. Centrally located between Orlando and Jacksonville, Ocala's equine industry has many incentives to breed, raise, and train thoroughbreds. Discover Ocala. Reach out to Showcase Properties and we'll show you why we love where we live.
Since Florida's first Kentucky Derby winner, Needles, in 1956, Florida has produced 50 national champions, the 11th Triple Crown winner, 13 classic winners, 155 millionaires, memorable performances, and 26 Breeders' Cup winners. Produce your next champion in Florida.
By Horse of the Year and Champion Sire.
AT&D surges to victory in the Belmont Stakes.
Out of multiple Grade 1 winner and Broodmare of the Year.
Take Charge Lady to win the Ashland by 5.
The hottest dirt pedigree in the world today.
But Take Charge Indy wins the Florida Derby.
Take Charge Indy, a throwback to a classic dirt pedigree. Standing at WinStar Farm.
Since 1894, daily racing form has told the story of thoroughbred racing. 120 years later, daily racing form continues to tell the story and bridges the worlds of racing and breeding. Presenting DRF sire-powered results. Access race results by sire, name of horse, track, date, age, type of race, distance, surface, and country. And now, sort results by DRF's exclusive Beyer speed figures. Available only at DRF Breeding.
With more graduates winning at racing's highest level each year than any other sales company, Graded Stakes glory starts at Keeneland. The Keeneland September Yearling Sale is where the world gathers to find the next great thoroughbred athletes, the ones that will take them from the sales ring to the winner's circle. The Keeneland September Yearling Sale, September 14th through the 26th. If you're looking for Graded Stakes glory, why buy anywhere else?
Time now for the feature race of the week, presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. It's the 27th running of the Grade 1 Woodbine Mile. Lee, the 2-to-1 favorite. Here's the call by Robert Geller.
Racing in the Rico Woodbine Mile, a bit slow, Platinum Glory, and a very good start out wide for Reporting Star. Came out in front of Lee, and dashing through is obviously with absolutely no opposition, and obviously has charged to a 4-length lead in the early part. In second is Lee. Reporting Star on the outside is third, 2 lengths away, Tower of Texas, and obviously has increased the margin up front to almost 6.5 lengths. Lying in fifth is Kagan, who's a fair way off this pace, as is Turncoat Platinum Glory. Second last, Mondial East, and last of all is Mr. Owen. Well, it's a clear tactic here. It's catch me if you can, and obviously through the first quarter in 23-1 is slumming in front. The rider almost peeping around here, Joe Talamo. Leads by 5. Reporting Star's the first to make some inroad. 6 lengths away is Lee, then Tower of Texas, Turncoat Kagan. Well back, Mr. Owen. Back at the rear of the field is Mondial East, and over on the inside is Platinum Glory, and Reporting Star's the only one chasing at the moment. Obviously, as they go down to the 3/8 by 3.5, Reporting Star is second, and they went through the half in 46 3. 8 lengths away the others. Then came Lee, Turncoat, Tower of Texas, Kagan, Mr. Owen, Mondial East, and Platinum Glory. Reporting Star's coming on. Obviously only a length. Reporting Star only a length and a half behind, is desperate to make up the ground. And the others are running now. Lee, Tower of Texas, and Kagan. And caving in is obviously challenged by Reporting Star. Obviously Reporting Star. And here comes Lee. And bulldozing through as well, right between horses, Mondial East. Mondial East coming. Mondial East has got up to win the Woodbine Mile.
Mondial East outfinishes race favorite Lee by half a length. Virgil Lynch aboard in 136 3, a 104 Beyer speed figure. Group 1 placed in France at 3. The Irish-bred 5-year-old horse by Galileo shipped to Woodbine after taking his last 2 starts in England, including the Group 3 Strensall Stakes at York. He's the 51st Grade 1 or Group 1 winner for his sire. David O'Meara trains the winner for Jeff and Sandra Turnbull. Mondial East has earned $718,000. That's a wrap. We'll see you next week on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week is presented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture. Online at tbredweek.com.